up, good people? And welcome to another episode of This Is Dope. I'm back. Yeah, I know. It's been quite some time since I have given you guys a video. Quick, delve into that. Nothing overly complicated. Life just happened. A lot going on at work. Nothing bad. A lot going on at work. Growing my team that I lead. Kids getting bigger, involved in activities. Outside, open back up. Vacationing with the wife. Just living life, enjoying stuff. And then, to be honest with you, I didn't want to just make videos to make videos. Full transparency, I'd gotten a little frustrated, I think, with making videos and really not seeing my subscriber numbers grow. And so I just wanted to kind of retool things, and then that just turned into a long hiatus. But I'm back now. I'm back. You guys may have noticed I am sitting in my new car. Newer car. I've had it for about a year, but I got a Tesla. So that is also going to be some of the content that's on this site. Really, as you guys, if you've been here with me before from back in the day, you'll know I love tech stuff, right? A lot of stuff I was posting was Apple stuff. Still do a lot of the Apple stuff, still an Apple fan, but also definitely a Tesla fan. I've had this thing, like I said, for about a year. I've done a lot of mods to it. And so I'll be sharing those with you. What some of the things I did do, some of the things I wish I still plan on doing, what I wish I wouldn't have done, some of the things that were a lot more difficult than I initially anticipated, all that good stuff. But my video today is really around full self-driving. So I'll give you a little background on myself and full self-driving. As I said, I've had the car for about a year. I enrolled in the FSD Beta in January. I didn't get the full self-driving computer until January. So, and yes, for those of you who aren't familiar with the cost involved with full self-driving, it hadn't gone up all the way then. I already had enhanced autopilot with with my car when I bought it. It's a Model 3 long range. But so I only had to pay, I only had to pay $6,000 to, get full self-driving, and had to get it, bring it into Tesla, get them to install the computer, that whole deal, right? So that's my first thing I want to touch on about full self-driving. When you get full self-driving, you are not immediately going to have access to the beta. So you're going to pay the money, but you're not really going to be able to utilize it the way you want. I mean, enhanced autopilot is great, but people get full self-driving for the auto steer in the city and this, that, and the other. That's not going to be available to you to accept it into the beta, right? Now, Elon has apparently opened the beta up a lot more, so it shouldn't be as hard or as long of a wait to get into that beta now, but that's just something you need to know. If I had it to do all over again, I would still get full self-driving beta. I probably, however, would do the monthly plan. At the time, it was like $200 a month, and you would still go get your computer installed. You have to pay like a $500 fee for that, but you're not fully committed fully committed into the full self-driving pool, or you haven't completely jumped off the full self-driving cliff as far as the money's concerned, if you're doing it on a month-to-month basis, right? And that would give you some time to kind of, cancel your month-to-month payments until maybe you got into the beta, and then you would be able to, start paying and utilize the beta, yada, yada, yada. Now, with that being said, The beta itself, worth it, 1,000,000%. I am a technology guy. I love tech. The advancements in tech they've made with this is impressive. Is it perfect? Oh no, it's not perfect. But I would say daily, and I've had this for maybe about 3 weeks. Daily, I am probably driving at least 10 to 15 miles on full self-driving throughout, my neighborhood, city, this, that, and the other, right? No, it's not a lot, but that's at a minimum. On the weekends, I do a little bit more because I run errands on the weekend, and I live in the metro Atlanta area. So to give you some context, those of you who are familiar, I can drive from the suburbs all the way into Buckhead, going the back routes, full self-driving with about 90% of it solely the car. I mean, I'm going to have to intervene every now and again because, once again, if you're familiar with Atlanta, people here drive nuts. Some of the roads are weird. I've tested this out on the highway somewhat. I don't like to test. I don't like engaging it in the city. Once again, I'll say this once again. People in Atlanta drive absolutely insane. So it being able to see what's happening and react at a moment's instant, I'm not, I don't want to put it through that test yet because people will cut you off, come from 4 lanes over. People are constantly racing or driving. I mean, it's literally, it's really crazy. So, but I do engage it sometimes, especially on longer trips. Once I get outside of kind of that busy downtown area, I'm full self-driving it. I've been down to see my dad since I've had this, and he lives a few hours away. So yeah, it's definitely a great piece of technology. Now, some of the problems I have with it, or some of the, I don't even say problems, some of the things I think definitely can improve. Tesla, as a lot of people know, are pushing towards Tesla Vision, right? They're disabling the ultrasonic sensors, removing them from the new models, disabling them in the old models in favor of going solely Tesla Vision. I get it. At first I didn't, but now I get it. What I've noticed is as I drive, when Tesla Vision wants to keep you in the middle of the lane, okay? But your ultrasonic sensors on the side, especially for lanes that are narrow, or streets that are pretty narrow, it wants to push you a certain distance away from the side. So instead of staying in the middle, sometimes you're closer to that center lane, which oncoming traffic gets a little hairy, especially going around curves. It gets a little hairy as well. And so I think disabling those hopefully will help align Tesla, or allow Tesla Vision to align your car to closer to the outside of the lane instead of being more towards the center of the lane, and where you're going through turns, that gets a little hairy. Another issue, or I guess criticism, or maybe even just feedback. I won't say criticism. I'll say just feedback, things they need to fix. The distance that Tesla Vision can see. And bear with me just a moment, and I'll show you guys. Okay, here we have, my screen. As you can see, I'm not moving. I'm parked. I'm picking up my daughter from school. But as you can see, there's a car in front of me, right? You can see the car in front of me. There's a few cars in front of me, actually, but you can't see it. But you see this little kind of fuzzy area down here. That's the limit of where Tesla Vision can see. Now, in front of me, I can see the street that's going perpendicular to where I'm going, right? And sorry, this thing's kind of auto switch. There we go. But perpendicular to where I'm going, so I can see the cars crossing and so forth and so on. My eyes can see this, but Tesla Vision can't. And so I think at the very least, Tesla Vision should be able to see that far. And for the following reasons, right? When going around curves, Tesla Vision can't see as far as I can see. So when it gets this, if it doesn't see what's happening here, when it starts to turn, it'll sometimes slam on the brakes. It'll slow me down a lot, which is inconvenient for anybody in the car, but a safety hazard if I have someone following me, right? So another thing that it does is that it doesn't take some of the turns very well because it doesn't see them well enough, or doesn't see them in time to adjust. Also, I have my distance set to max, because if I set it to anything medium, I am pretty much tailgating someone, right? And I don't think the car will react quick enough for how people drive in Atlanta to avoid an accident, right? So I set it to maximum distance, and it's been great so far. Another thing I think that setting that maximum distance on Tesla Vision, or at least adding more detail to Tesla Vision, will help is there are a lot of lanes here in Atlanta where they are kind of middle lanes, but they aren't to be used. They kind of have lines in the middle of them. A turn lane maybe getting ready to come up, but before that turn lane gets there, there's a lot of, there's the part you're not supposed to go in. Well, the car doesn't recognize the line, so I've had to intervene quite a few times in certain areas to kind of keep it from prematurely getting in a lane and getting, me in a situation that's, kind of sticky, which is something you definitely want to avoid here while driving in Atlanta. There are a few other things I think definitely could be improved, but I think those things really are tied into the improvement of Tesla Vision, right? So, once again, like I said, the improvement of Tesla Vision will, I think, increase the efficiency, improve the experience, and improve the responsiveness of a lot of the little issues that I see with full self-driving. The technology itself is a marvel. It's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. And being someone who really, really loves technology, it's something that I'm impressed by. I really, really am impressed by. So great job, Elon Musk. Great job, Tesla. The race is not won. Just keep pushing. I definitely think that there improvements can be made. And this will, once again, as you showed at your AI day, all this stuff will tie back into the AI that you use here. I'm sure you're going to leverage for your AI bot. So the better it gets in the cars, the better it'll get with your robot. And as a person who loves technology, and I think that's just makes for a much better society. But that's a whole different philosophical discussion. So that's it, people. I just want to give you my initial impressions of my FSD Beta experience. As you guys kind of briefly saw, a couple of the mods in the car. I will go over the mods I've made to the interior and the exterior more in depth in other videos, as well as still post my Apple videos. I've got some new Apple toys as well, new DJI toys. Got a lot of new toys to talk to you guys about. But I'm glad I'm back. Thank you for being so patient, for rocking with me, if you're still rocking with me. Those of you who are new, thank you for newly rocking with me. Everybody, if you could just do me a favor, go ahead and press that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because your boy's back. And you don't want to miss any of these videos that I'm going to be posting about my experiences in this car or with other tech or just in general. A lot of dope stuff happening. That being said, I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, it's your boy Ahmad. This is Dope, signing off.